Welcome back. This is Knights of a Square Table. I'm your host, Jacob.
I'm Zach.
And today we'll be talking about abortion. And what would you say abortion really is?
What would I say it really is?
Yeah.
I think that's a loaded question.
I know.
I think it's drawing me in a trap.
It is.
I feel like it's my body is a horrible argument. It's a little individual's body too. Like you're killing a person.
But people say it's not killing a person, it's a fetus.
It's like saying a retarded kid in a wheelchair is a real person. Just because they look and act different or aren't capable of doing something does not make them different.
But they're not born yet.
That doesn't. I don't know how that makes any sense.
People say as long as they're not born, you
as long as
just kill whatever.
What's that the argument though? Like they're not fully developed.
Yeah, they're not human yet.
I can point out a lot of not fully developed people. Just saying, we don't kill them.
Mutant arms.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you saw a zombie walking around, you wouldn't kill them.
They're already dead.
They're already dead.
It's not murder.
But you just proclaim that they weren't dead, even though you don't have any evidence that they're not dead.
Zombies?
Yeah. Zombies sometimes.
By definition, they're already dead. They're the undead. They're already dead.
Yeah, but you're.
Like, I'm not saying I'd kill him. Maybe he wants to play games. I don't know. Is anyone bothering to stop and talk to him?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, how you? My brain. No, look. No, but seriously, I don't know. Abortion is murder, as far as I'm concerned, and it's tragic. But I had a teacher who used to say this. He's for abortion all the way to 18, and I like that. I'll go with that. Like, if you got a little kid and he's being a douchebag, and we can take him out. 14-year-old gangbanger, we can just take him out.
He's gone.
Yeah. Okay. He got aborted.
So what about when there's something like
incest
rape.
or rape?
Incest or rape.
Yeah, that's tough.
Would you say it'd be fine?
I'm still against it.
You're still against it?
Still against it. And
incest. Don't you think it should be up to the individual?
No.
No?
Can it be up to the
So
kid?
you're gonna force someone to give birth to something that was created something improperly?
So, all right. So the argument against incest is that it's not necessarily good for the kid because they'll come out weird.
Well, yeah.
They'll come out genetically deformed. Those exist today. We have people with genetic issues. We don't just kill them. In addition to that, it was consensual, and they're gonna have to deal with the consequences of that. Rape, however, is a difficult.
Well, incest is not necessarily consensual. It could be also rape.
Then we'll just categorize
We'll just categorize
under That'll go under rape.
Okay.
So, under rape, it is difficult, but I don't see how killing the kid is going to solve the problem. I do, however, have a lot of sympathy for the mother, and then having to carry and possibly raise this child. It could be.
It'd be emotional.
It'd be very difficult. I agree. Probably not more difficult than being raped, though. I'm thinking that's
well, but then you're reminded every single time of that kid.
It's not like you can't find a place for this kid to go.
Well, adoption would be
a very serious option. But killing the kid won't solve the problem. The fact she got raped was a problem. And we can't solve it, but we need to address that, not the fact
Okay, so on rape, yes or no?
No, I'm against it 100%.
100%, no matter what?
I'm against it 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Lots of sympathy, but...
I think in those situations, it should be up to the person. If they want to do it.
I don't know how you can make that argument, a justification that if it's not okay here, but it is okay here. Especially if you're going to go as far as to call it murder, right? If it's killing a person pre-birth, in one situation, it's still killing them in another.
What about, okay, sort of off the topic, what about using those fertilized eggs to do research on?
They're already fertilized?
Yeah.
Why would you fertilize eggs to do research on?
So you can use...
I'm against it.
Stem cells.
Stem cells, you don't need to do that. All right, so they didn't allow that to happen. Stem cells came out in like the 90s, I think, when they made that first discovery, and they said, no way, we're not going to let you use these.
China almost did it.
China probably did. But the same guy who came up with the idea of stem cells, 10 years later, discovered that he can actually just take the skin off your hand and create those into stem cells.
Which is that weird? You can actually grow a nose like on your arm.
Yeah, significantly better.
It's really weird
for the individual that you're trying to produce something for, and it's not unethical. So I say we made the right decision by preventing the research for 10 years.
Well, then you can also do nanotechnology now.
Well, you can
build anything out of nanotechnology.
We're not that far though.
Oh, we could.
Getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but
okay.
Stem cells, they made the right decision.
But okay, so if that was the only choice, if you had to use the fertilized egg to make stem cells, would you say no?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing with stem cells that are so important you got to kill a kid for?
Okay, so when do you think life comes into play?
Conception.
At conception.
Conception.
When the egg and the
Yeah.
sperm
Right.
join together.
Yeah. So
That's
like, I actually can't have kids. We adopted our daughter, but we were looking at in vitro, and they put 5 eggs in there, and they fertilize them all.
You just throw them out the wall and see which one's
Pretty much, and there's like a 20% chance that any one egg will stick. So you got not quite, but hopefully.
In a lot of those cases, actually, you get like twins and triplets.
So they expect you to terminate the ones you don't want.
Would you do that?
No, that's why we didn't do it. That's why we went for adoption, because I was like, I don't want 5 kids, and I'm not terminating them.
So
that'd be a bad choice.
Could
for
you
me.
say that you only wanted like 2 or 3 eggs,
Yes, but it still costs you $20,000.
no matter what?
Yeah, you're just throwing out a ton of money no matter what. So doing 1 egg at a time gives you a 20% chance.
Well, you
and
would
throw
feel
away
better
20%.
about your choice, though.
Yeah, I just adopted, and it was a lot cheaper.
A lot cheaper.
I went with the cheap
okay,
route. That's what
you
happened.
can just actually go into foster care and they pay you, and then you can
Foster care, they don't like to adopt, and you gotta kind of admire them for this. Foster care isn't trying to take kids away from parents. Foster care is trying to get kids into a safe situation, and then help those parents ensure that kid stays in a safe situation, and then try to reconnect them. So in Idaho, they have a 98%, a little above 98% chance of getting that kid back with the parent in a safe environment. That's their goal. So adoption is not a really good idea, or is not a really plausible idea through foster care, unless you're looking for older kids, in which case that can work out. But
older kids, like what age?
I don't know, but beyond
10?
infant, it definitely 10. But when you get up there, like I'd guess 5 and up,
5 and up, okay.
You're gonna have a hard time placing them, so they're adoptable.
Fine. But okay, what age would you actually adopt at?
So my first child, I wanted an infant because I have no clue what I'm doing. So if you take like a 5-year-old, I have no idea how that 5-year-old's supposed to act. What's appropriate, what's inappropriate.
You can have whatever you want.
Beat them or not. But with an infant,
It's never okay to beat your kids.
I highly disagree. But with an infant, they do come with a training manual. It's their slow mental development is giving you plenty of time to figure out how to deal with them.
Natural instincts just kick in. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is like you try something and it doesn't work, but the kid's gonna do the same whatever problem over and over again until you find something that does work. There's your training manual. However, you get their whole lifetime to develop those skills, and when they're an infant, they don't do anything wrong but poop on themselves. And all I gotta do is wipe that up. Bam, I nailed it. So when they slowly develop different problems, you have to start negating.
You're just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, but if you jumped into a 5-year-old, he's already got a mess of problems I gotta learn how to negate.
Since I already have a kid,
Yeah.
I would say anything between the ages of 2 to like 5.
But you don't have a 5-year-old yet.
I don't need to.
Nah, see, I don't know. I was afraid to jump into a kid without.
I've already done the infant thing. I'm already good with that.
I'm done. I know.
I don't need any more of those.
I'm with you there.
But yeah,
infancy was the worst. That's for sure. It is the worst.
after they're about like 6 months, you're fine.
Yeah, 6 months or older.
That's the breaking point.
They start
You're just
doing
like,
stuff.
They're actually
Yeah.
crawling around and
Yeah.
stuff. You don't actually have to watch them like 24/7.
You just like hold on to them and they just look at you like, what? I don't know. You tell me what. I'm just holding you.
Well, it is nice when they're infants. You can just hold them and they're not squirming around.
I did get to play a lot of video games with my daughter. It was fun. She'd be like,
You just put them,
sit on my lap.
in
video
a
games.
little carrier. You're just like, all right, you just do whatever you want.
Yeah. When she got a little older, she wanted to play. She wanted to play video games.
Yeah,
That was the
you
best.
want to watch
Video
Barney.
games. Yeah, video games. Just for you, baby. That's why I'm doing it. But
That's horrible.
yeah, it was awesome. That's what it really was. Great parenting. Yeah, like now that I have more experience, sure, adopting an older kid, but I wouldn't have done it when I was younger.
All right, well, that wraps it up for this episode of Knights of a Square Table. Please subscribe and have any comments down below, put them and give us a like up. Thanks for watching.